All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome this evening to the Phillip Scott Show. I am your host, Uncle Phil. If your first time coming here, yes, I am an uncle. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm actually a grandpa too. I'm a friend. I'm everything. Okay, so I had like a genius come to the comment section and say it's weird for me to call myself that. I'm actually those titles, and Phil is my name. But teach his own, right? But I just had to come in and take some time with this episode of Divestment Tales. Now, unlike the females, okay, we're even kill over here, meaning we're not just going to talk about the females who are doing things and something happens to them. We're going to talk about the males as well, because how many stories have happened with the females and the main, you know who the main ones are, you know who they are, and they quiet. They don't say nothing. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about, right? But they jumping on this story though, right? They jumping on it, but over here we talk about everything because it's not about the gender of the person who's doing it. It's the ideology. Now let's go ahead and give the disclaimer, because a lot of times I have to give a disclaimer. If that person just likes somebody of a different community and they don't disrespect the black community or say nothing bad, they not on no plantation mammy or no plantation, slavery thing this guy may have going on. He sees something or she sees something in the community, she still speaks up, he still speaks up. If they have a particular person, they also make sure they speak up as well. Now, we know with the group called, and the females started this now. I have to keep repeating this. The females created the term divest, divestment, divesting. It comes from them. The brothers wasn't never on that term. That's they stuff. So I want to make sure that we say that. So with this being said, because we're even keel over here, the overrunning theme is they are anti-black. They don't like black people, and they have the overall theme of, well, white is right, white is angelic, and that's all I got to have is somebody white. So when this story came up and I was talked to by someone of his community, now he's Nigerian. He's a Nigerian immigrant. Someone I know I'm real cool with who rock with us as black Americans very, very, very hard. The sister let me know about this story. And, I said, oh man, that's kind of messed up. What happened? And then some information came out, and this is why you see the title that we have today. And this is why the word Akata is also involved in this title too. But we'll get to that. So you have this guy, he's Nigerian. His name is Christian. He calls himself Toby Obumseli. Now he has his name is actually not Toby, it's Toby something. It's a long Nigerian name. They have some longer names than what we have here. So I guess he just shortened it for people to call him Toby, right? So he was dating this white female. She was a OnlyFans so-called model. We need to stop saying model. We need to stop saying model. Them females not no models. Instagram model. They're not no model. I mean, the people that's actually within the real modeling industry probably get offended when they keep hearing people say, oh, they're an Instagram model. They're an OnlyFans model. Now, if you any kind of dude that's being with a female and you're letting her, yes, I said the word let, and you're letting her be on OnlyFans, that says a lot about actually you as a man, not even her. So that alone says a lot right there. And that's a video or a stream of a different day. Before we get started, thank you for the love offering already. Hold on. You say, J Bubs, I have to get you an Alcorn State University shirt. Well, hey, if you want to send one, we'll definitely take it. Now, we got 466 people in here and only 59 likes. Now, y'all get these likes up. Now, we told y'all about that. It's free. You can do that. Two things we need to do is participate here. Click that like button. You came in here. And make sure you pass on definitely the love offering so we can continue to do what we got to do here today. So this dude, he got with this, Courtney chick that's on OnlyFans. And what ended up happening? Well, he didn't listen to the Akatas, okay? He didn't listen to the Akatas. The Akatas are always trying to warn y'all. Y'all coming to this country and you think you know this country. You think you know. The first thing you want to do is get up underneath them folks. We see you. We see you. We see you. We see you. But also, and I'm not, and listen, this is not directed at all my Nigerian brothers and sisters that rock with us. No, it's not. There is not. We talking about those who coming in with the raccoon gene. Now, unfortunately, in Nigeria, you got this huge statue, big as hell, of white Jesus. Now, that in itself says a lot. But he came over here. He think he know these folks. We've been here, what, about 500 years. We know these folks from where they coming, where they going, they ups, they downs, they lows. We know how they hygiene are. We know how they talk. We know them. We know them. We had no choice but to know them. But then some of you brand new Negroes, you come into this country and then you think you know what you know because some of them showed you a good face while they was over there smiling in your face in your country, right? But you never really lived in the belly of the beast with them like us. So Christian here, or Toby, he was dating this female. And let's go ahead on and cue up the news clip because there's a couple of clips we want to show here today with their situations. So let's go ahead and get started with the first one. Let me see where we at.
It's just heartbreaking. Everyone is just so devastated.
This trio was very close to 27-year-old Christian Obumseli and his girlfriend, who they've identified as 25-year-old Courtney Clenny, an OnlyFans model and Instagram influencer. So when police reported that Obumseli was fatally stabbed by Clenny on Sunday inside their Miami apartment, the friends were left speechless. They portray a very violent relationship at the hands of only one person.
I've seen her hit him. I've never seen him hit her.
Officers say there was a struggle before Obumseli was stabbed in the shoulder. He died at the hospital. Investigators are still trying to figure out what happened and if Clenny acted in self-defense.
From what we've personally experienced between the both of them, we believe that Christian wouldn't put her in a position where she would need to stab him to protect herself.
One neighbor who tells me that he has a very clear view of the couple's apartment said a week before the stabbing, things were off and that Clenny was the one getting physically abused.
I could not tell if it was open-handed or closed-handed, but he was swinging at her.
Police say in the past 3 months, they've responded to multiple disturbance calls at the couple's apartment. Their mutual friends are still trying to process what went wrong.
Even though that we really lost Christian only, it feels like we also lost Courtney at the same time because we didn't think that this is as far as it would have gone.
And following the stabbing, Clenny was detained. She was brought here to the police department for questioning, and during that process, she was threatening to kill herself. So officers took her to the hospital where she was Baker acted. As it stands at this moment, she has not been charged.
All right, so just give you, the rough draft of it. Now, the people said that she was the one that was violent. It was her. And some things I want to read up on before we get to the other things I want to talk about here. But let me go ahead on. And David said, our poor African brother, he sadly learned the unfortunate hard way. And he had some crying emojis, say R.I.P. Yeah, I mean, it is sad. It's sad, in a way, I guess. But I'll get to the tweets here. But let me cover everything before I get started on talking about everything else. Let me get to my other screen here. All right, so we know that Courtney here was on OnlyFans, and she has about 2 million followers, actually. So she has a little presence. She's probably making a little money. Now, they're saying that the police is still weighing whether to bring charges against her. They say family, friends, and neighbors, of course, you heard, they are torn up about the circumstances around the death, noting the couple had a abusive relationship, as you heard before. Now, his name is Christian Toby Chukwe. That's why he called himself Toby Obumseli. He was 27 years old, very young, when he was stabbed by Courtney Clenny on April the 3rd. Now, he is Nigerian American, as we stated. He's an immigrant. He was pronounced dead at the local hospital. And Clenny was questioned by police, but not arrested. Now, there was a video of her covered in the brother's blood. Of course, we can't show that here on YouTube, but you can check that out yourself. I think it's on TMZ. Now, after that, it says she was put in detention and she was hospitalized. When they were questioning her, she started saying that she wanted to take her own life. And so they put her in a mental institution under the Baker Act that they have out there in Florida. Now, Florida's Baker Act allows police, doctors, mental health professionals, and judges to commit a person to a mental health treatment center for up to 72 hours if they show specific violent or take themselves out tendencies, not to say the other word. Now, of course, the police tried to hide her name, right? You know how they always try to protect their own. We know this. And this is what we try to tell y'all, but you don't listen to the Akatas. They say, but her friends and family, they say the deceased took social media to identify her as the blue check IG model with 2 million followers. So she was a blue check mark. It said a day after the death, she posted content on her OnlyFans page. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. A day after she killed her brother, she went posting content on OnlyFans. She went back to booty clapping and breast assist swinging and everything else on OnlyFans, trying to get us some more money after she took the brother out. We told y'all, we tell y'all all the time about Becky and Brad. We told you. This is the problem with Becky and Brad. You would say, well, I'm not a racist person. I just like anybody want to like me. Cool. I'm not telling you anything about that. But what I'm telling you is that one group of people in this country have a privilege, okay? And they cover for each other. You really don't understand that privilege coming from Nigeria, bruh, or wherever you're coming from. You don't understand that. Whatever they do is minimized. When you are a black person in America, especially, it's worse for you as a black man. It's worse. You're automatically thinking wrong. Listen, you heard what they said earlier. Well, you have to see if it's self-defense. Self-defense on what? All the friends were saying that she the one that gets violent. It's not him. It's her. Now, the other fool in the news piece, they was talking about, well, I seen him. He probably was defending himself. This is her own friend saying this. And it continues even more, talking about how violent she is. And she don't even care to get on OnlyFans the next freaking day. She don't care. Because let me tell y'all something. That come to this country and try to date that one group of people for definitely. They have a culture, okay? And I don't really get into this talk on this channel because this channel isn't for that. But they have a culture that they breed of racism and this culture of white supremacy, okay? And this culture spreads on everything they touch, even in the entertainment world. It touches that. And when it comes to us as black people, and yes, when you come to this country, Niger, you're black. You can swing all of the Nigerian flag you want. You can say you're Igbo. You can say you're Yoruba. You can say you Fulani. You can say whatever you want to say. But when you come here in America, in the good old USA, you're black. And unfortunately, Christian found out the hard way. The Akatas tried to tell him. We tried to tell him. Now, continuing. One of this man's cousins said this girl stabbed my cousin to death and got on bail in less than a day. Yes, because she has a privilege and she's highly protected in this society. This is why, as a black man, we cannot, and listen, I say for me too, I'm talking about white, from the Caucasus Mountain white. I have never dated those females. They couldn't be a relationship or marry them. The only women I've dated in my life have been black and Hispanic. That's the only two. I have never dated no white female because I know the society. I know that they can get away with all kinds of things against me and they'll blame me. There have been even white women told me they got black boyfriends that say that the police pulled them over and asked them, are they okay? Why would they ask that question? Same thing with the male. The male is even worse. They doing all these things to black women. All these deaths of black women just showing up and, oh, it was an accident. Oh, I don't know what happened. Oh, man, I don't know. Because in their rabid minds, especially the rabid mind of the white supremacists, harming or even killing a black person is not murder. Only if you harm a white person is murder. That's how the white supremacists think. See, I'm going in a route I don't go on this channel, but I got to for this story alone. But you come over here to this country, you don't want to listen. Let me continue. So later, the family had posted a GoFundMe, in memory and justice of, him, and it was set up by his brother, Jeffrey Obumseli. They say, and I quote, "It's not enough to say we are shocked and hurting. So we are utterly devastated," Jeffrey wrote. They say his murder leaves many unanswered questions and creates a void that can never be fixed or filled, not even with time. I agree with that. I definitely, my condolences go to the family. Now, they say Obumseli was described as extremely compassionate and is said to have a infectious smile that can light up the room. Now, they set a target of $100,000. They say the family say the funds will go to post-mortem transportation of the body. I guess they probably want to bury him in Nigeria. They say funeral expenses, attorney fees, litigation, counsel, and bills for the family. They say as we seek justice for our beloved brother and son. They say 2 days after being set up, the family was about a quarter of a way from their goal. They say a very active investigation has been engaged by law enforcement, hoping to determine the motive of the assault. Now ruled out self-defense on the woman's part, and noting that there was a struggle between the two before the stabbing. Yeah, the struggle probably was he was protecting himself. But, in the system of white supremacy, Niger, brethren, even if you defend yourself, they in their mind have a right to harm you. Now, a spokesman with the Miami PD said, "We know that there was a physical altercation between them before he was stabbed." They say friends of the couple said that they knew the couple had a volatile relationship, but said they don't believe he was the aggressor, as you heard earlier in the relationship. Another person who claims to know this woman tweeted, "I'm concerned nobody has mentioned his girlfriend, Courtney, is the one that did it. She gets violent when she's angry and high on drugs." That's what a friend said. They say she gets violent when she's angry and high on drugs. They say, "I'm concerned she's out on bail." He said, I'm concerned a white girl would get away with murdering a black man. It wouldn't be the first one and won't be the last, especially in America. Obumseli say death came 1 week before the brother had turned 28 years old. That's sad, ladies and gentlemen. That's sad. Let me get back to him and check something before I start getting to the rest of what I need to do. See if we got any people that we need to check in here. All right. One brother say he don't trust them Becky, they're not his cup of tea. See, the problem is the system itself that they are in. Whether it's Becky, Brad, whatever, they have a system that insulates them from wrongdoing, especially to people that look like me and a lot of you that could be watching. That system insulates them. So, see, I'm going to keep it 100. I'm about to say, Christian, if he really wanted to date that crazy female, he'd have done better doing it in Nigeria. Because in Nigeria, Christian would have went upside her head and nothing would have happened back if she was fighting him like that. And he's more protected in Nigeria. But over here in the West, all in the West, those you black immigrants that's going to the West, they don't have to be America. Anywhere in the West, they are protected like that. Okay? But let's get to why I'm not going to be up here caping for him like that. Why most people said, nah, he can go ahead and eat cake. Let me go ahead and get this up here. Hold on. All right. So this is Christian's tweets here that people found. Okay. Before I go forward, let me see. Duval Cooper said that chick needs to have the little men in the white jackets take her to the nut house. They're not going to do that. She didn't harm a white guy. She, in the eyes of their system, she's good. All right. So Toby here says, first one, full of ignorant black women. Okay. He ended up calling somebody an Akata. That's why I typed in Akata in the title. Now, Akata, some people say, what is this Akata thing you talking about? That's a derogatory term that is being used toward black Americans. They lie and say, no, that's not what it is. It means wild cat. It means somebody without a home. Really? So you calling us a wild cat and somebody without a home? We do have a home. We built the United States of America. That's our home. I got a blue passport. United States of America. This is my home. No matter where I put my feet on the earth, America always going to be my home. America always going to be my country. Period. I may have issues with a lot of things going on in America, but I have a right to because it's supposed to be my home, right? So want to call us Akata. Okay. Next one. Why is there always one ghetto black boy in the back talking throughout class? Get out, chill. Okay, talking about ghetto. The way black girls disgrace themselves on TV. Okay. Once again, I'm tired of these black girls in my government class. Boy, you sure tired of black girls in Akatas, huh? Well, he says, want a white girl, help. Yeah, you got one. LOL, I can teach a white girl a little about the African culture. And she taught you about the culture of white supremacy with some stabbing, bro. Oh, yes. She taught you. Because that killing black folks is in her lineage. She taught you real good about her culture. Say, when the beautiful white girls, it said, at Plano East wear yoga tights. Boy, I mean, he was salivating over Becky, wasn't he? White girls wear white booty shorts everywhere. Now, that's what I like. Ooh, boy, you hit a raccoon in that tweet, do you? And then look at the last one. LOL, I loves white peoples. Shit, me. It says, me too, girl. That's what it says there. This is on his page. Okay. All right. So after all that Akata talk and all that about, he want a white girl. Listen, that's fine. That's what he want. But when you call them black girls or just disgracing themselves, I know good and well you're talking about American black girls. You're not talking about Niger women. I know you're not. When you say full of ignorant black women, you're not talking about Niger women. You're talking about the American black woman. Okay? When you're talking about the black girls in the back of your class, you're not talking about Niger women. You're talking about American black women. Well, I will tell you this, Christian, anybody who want to call us a kata and all of that, I'm not saying that a sister can't, be violent and can't do anything, but let me tell you the difference between the sister here and Courtney. You see, a sister would go to jail real quick. It probably wouldn't even got that far if you called the police. But since you had Courtney, yeah, Courtney Courtney should have went to jail a long time ago, and she did not. And because this system insulates her way more than anybody else, that's for sure, this is why he's not here. See, the Akatas trying to tell you, listen to the Akatas, okay? That's what you get when you come in here and you call us all this Akata and some of them even say, I don't know what's going on with you black Americans. Some of y'all act like y'all racist sometimes. Really? Really? Can you show us anything that we have done to hurt and harm anybody? Have we systemically harmed any group in this country? Have we took land? Have we killed people? Have we had a bunch of mob violence and just ran people out of their homes? I mean, what have we done to say we quote unquote racist, right? If we call it out as racism. But like I said, you left a country that you are in control. I don't know why. You left a country and you come here. We welcome you in, say, oh, look, it's our brothers. It's our Niger brothers and sisters coming on in. Come on in. We welcome you. Man, I ain't trying to go around y'all like that. Well, it'll be like me going to Nigeria and Nigerians are trying to welcome me in. And I'm like, man, I ain't trying to fool with them Nigerians. Man, well, where the black Americans at? And hopefully I can find some black Americans and get in a little side of Nigeria by myself with black Americans and separate myself. Now, when I was in South Africa, I asked that same question. I said, how would y'all feel like maybe a group of 30,000 black Americans come into South Africa and we don't want to fool with y'all, but we go get our own little area and separate ourselves from y'all? How would y'all feel about that? They said, we wouldn't really like that too much. He's like, why you don't want to talk to us? I said, that's how we feel in America too. When people do that, you're separating yourself, and it's dangerous for you to separate yourself because see, incidents like this could have been prevented, but you having this attitude about the Akatas, and not all. Now, let's talk about Courtney here. Now, she went to busting it wide open on OnlyFans, right? You remember that the day after she got out? All right. There was a new video of Courtney here, and I was going to do this stream actually yesterday, but till this video come out, let's look at Courtney one more time. This is Courtney.
I'll videotape her. Right now, you should go. Yeah, you should go. Because you just killed your boyfriend. Yeah, you did. Yeah, and yeah. Okay, cool.
Now, the woman that was speaking, she sounded like a Black American sister speaking up about what this female devil did. And I call her devil because she ended up killing somebody, right? But black girls are ghetto, though. See, when you come into this country, the black girls and the black guys, you got to be on the team. But when you separate yourself, now I want to point something out. Let me play this again. Let me play this one more time. Give me a second. Not that. Hold on. The Courtney at the bar. That's what I want to play. Give me a second.
I'll videotape her right now. Yeah, you should go. Yeah, you should go. Because you just killed.
Now she hanging out and doing whatever she want to do after she killed his brother. Hanging out, ladies and gentlemen, hanging out. This is what we try to tell y'all about this particular group. It's no big deal to hurt and harm you, bruh or sis. This is why we talk about that. Let me check something real quick before I continue and make my point. Okay, we only got 532 likes, but definitely more than that people watching. Please click the like button, please. It's not that hard. Thank you. It's free. Duval said this chick needs to. Okay, that already came up. Cool. All right. So something else I want to point out to you as I watch this video. Now they're walking away. Watch this.
Killed your boyfriend. Yeah, you did. Yeah, and yeah.
Now this dude turns around like, why are you saying that? She did like she lying. Like nothing happened at all. He's basically protecting her. You see that? My Niger brethren, do you see that? And some of my other brothers that's in this country too, do you see that? Once again, I'm not telling nobody who to date, who not to date. I'm not your daddy. You know, I'm your online uncle. But that's the only thing I can do is advise you on some things. But when they have too much privilege in this country and they have too much things that insulate them from accountability, you're really taking a big risk. This guy here protecting them.
Okay, cool.
And she walks off like, it is what it is. But ladies and gentlemen, you know, like I said, we are fair over here. We're going to talk about the stories as they come out. And this dude, once again, just so we can just recap this was his attitude. This was his attitude. And he been this way for a little while because these tweets are like from 2012 and some of them 2011, 2013. You know, this is his history. And some of you say, what if he changed? I really don't believe he's changed because I'm going to put something out there and some people may say, listen, I'm always going to look at you sideways and wonder, are you okay? What's up with you? What's your mindset when I don't see you hanging around black people too much? Because I've seen stories where, you know, the only black person is there and all of a sudden they go on a boating trip and all of a sudden there's an accident to the black person and nobody goes to jail. You know, there was another Jamaican immigrant that went to the woods with a few of them and they end up basically taking him out of here very brutally. And all they told the police was, well, it was self-defense. He tried to attack us and they invited him out there. Now, the Akatas would have told you, don't go to the woods with those people. You man, have you seen the movies? Man, you don't do that. But not listening to the Akatas will get you in that kind of situation, okay? So, with that being said, I've sympathized with the family. I really do, but he don't have the support, or at least the people that think like me. We're not caping for him. If she gets charged or not, it won't be no protest. That's not about to happen. No, not at all. And don't get mad and start calling us even worse names than Akata. Well, why you don't want to march for him? You did it for this one. Yeah, we did. But we didn't find those kind of tweets. And not every black person we got out there marching for. Remember Stephon Clark? Do you remember him? He got gunned down by the police, but then it was found out that he was talking all kind of crap about black women too. And making all these comments about his Vietnamese girlfriend, right? Saying that basically she was so much better than black women. And then once the community saw that, they say, okay, well, even though what happened to Stephon Clark was completely wrong, the police was definitely responsible for what they did to Stephon Clark. We're like, sorry, we can't do nothing for you, bro. I mean, you probably need to go ask the other community to march for you, but they didn't do that. So what is the moral of this story? And this will be the response every time. It's not that, once again, I'm going to repeat this. If he was just dating this woman and something happened and he never had this anti-black sentiments, I believe even my response would be different. Whether it's a woman or a man, if you have this anti-black hatred for black people, you're not going to get support. No one's going to speak up for you. No one's going to march for you. Don't try to compare it to other black people like Breonna Taylor or George Floyd or any of those other people. You're not going to get that kind of support. So what I would advise you to do is get rid of the anti-black hatred that you have and understand that the group of people that you're weighing all your particular lot on, right? That's a failed strategy. The women is definitely a failed strategy because I told the women that those men want children that look like them. You can't produce that. If anything, you'll wipe them out. If they go to you in mass numbers, their race will be wiped out because you're still black. And the child will come out, black. It's not going to come out like if he have a baby with a woman in his community. And some of you brothers that say, you want to save yourself, black man, and you can't stand black women. Listen, I understand not all black women out here is right. Listen, I'll talk about them too when they're not doing the right thing, but let's call it what it is. You have some that's doing wrong, but you have a lot more that's doing right. So are you going to try to say I hate all because of what a few may do? No, that's not what you do. Every group of people male and female have people in their group that's doing some foul-ish. Let's call it what it is. Whatever you can find that's wrong in our community. Listen, he talked about ghetto black girls and he had a ghetto white girl. He picked a ghetto white girl. Didn't they like to say ghetto black girls like to fight? Oh, guess what? Courtney was fighting. Ghetto. Oh, ghetto black girls want to stab. Oh, what? Courtney did like to do that too. Oh, these ghetto black girls are some whores. Well, guess what? Courtney was too on OnlyFans. And she was a sadistic whore at that because the day she got out, she was busting it wide open on OnlyFans. The day she got out. Whether the male or the female, you know what I've noticed by doing these divestment tales? Y'all can get the same person just in a different skin color every time. It's not like you never, quote unquote, level up. That's the word y'all like to use. Like the same kind of female that you complain about that are black, you get a white version of that. The same kind of male you complain about that are black, you get the version of that. Have y'all noticed that? Dusty black man, dusty white man. A ghetto trashy black girl, ghetto trashy white girl. It has something to do with you. Not even them. It's you. You attract that. You attract who you are. Let me go ahead on hit cover this real quick. What's somebody say? Courtney not allow him to kill her. She killed him first. Black women take. I guess so. RJ, thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate you. Reality Strikes. I blame those who beg to sit at their table. The civil rights leaders, foreigners are just doing that. Listen, let me tell you something. And I'm really not trying to go too political as much as I waited on this story today. We had to fight for things like that because this is the country that we're in, this is the country built. Foreigners leave their own countries to come here. They say for a better life. No, because they got people in their country living it up. Trust me on that. Every country these people come from, I've been to some of their countries. I haven't been to Nigeria, But you have Somalis and Ethiopians definitely come over here. I've been to Ethiopia. They got people living big in Ethiopia. They got some Kenyans come. They got people living real good in Kenya. I seen it. Now, South Africans don't come over here like that. They kind of like us. They kind of just kind of in their country. But they got people living in big time over there who are other Nigerians that I do know. What's that? Port Harcourt is one city that they live pretty good in. It's so many different people living good. The people that's coming over here talking about a better life is not the people that's making it in Nigeria. Let's call it what it is. And that's fine if you want to come over here and make some money. Well, make your money and then go back. Like I say, go back and then build your own homeland. That's what I say, because everybody can't keep coming over here. That's why this country falling apart as it is. But let me stop, because that's political. Let me stop that. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me check this comment real quick. If y'all ain't got much more to say, they say the druggy psycho white mother who disappeared in LA recently was dating a Nigerian who has the highest position at the Bill 7 Melinda Gates Foundation. I don't know nothing about that. A story. Y'all need to send it to me. I don't know. I'm not getting into all that about other YouTubers. I don't talk about other YouTubers. Don't mention other YouTubers in my chat in a negative way. If I'm not mentioning another YouTuber, don't do that. If I'm gonna talk about a YouTuber, let me do that. Don't you do that. Great Black Shark, shout out to PAC in Nigeria. He said had a lot of good times. Yeah, see, man, I ain't been there, but Great Black Shark. My plan, bro, is to, like I say, I'm trying to organize it. I'm trying to hit every country though, man. I'm trying to hit every country. Okay. Yeah. If you let me end on this note. No man in his right mind would have a quote unquote girlfriend doing OnlyFans. And he know good and well in Nigeria, that wouldn't even be tolerated. He know that. He know in Nigeria that none of the stuff he was doing over here would be tolerated. They get a taste of this wickedness in Babylon and that's why they don't want to go back. Oh no, shoot. I could get involved with the devilment over here, because back home, that wouldn't be allowed. OnlyFans, please. You are a weak worm in the dust man if you sit up here and talk about, my girlfriend, she's on OnlyFans. Most men that got any kind of spine don't want every man looking at their woman like that. If I was a single man dating and I find out and she say, oh yeah, I have OnlyFans. Oh, really? Okay. How's that working out for you? Oh man, I got a lot of followers and this and that and the third. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Well, make sure you pay your taxes, and have a good day. That's it. No. Certain professions, no. You don't deserve a boyfriend. I don't know what's wrong with some of you dudes today. Ain't no way a girl who did OnlyFans or currently doing OnlyFans should have a boyfriend. There's no way a freaking stripper should have a boyfriend or used to be a stripper. Listen, let me tell you something. You have to enact consequences for certain things, because what happens is you reward this debauchery behavior with these females. And then what about the women out here who aren't doing that, who aren't busting it wide open on OnlyFans or the stripper pole? Why is it that the worst of the worst females are getting boyfriends and some of y'all dummies are marrying them? You pass by the girl who's not showing herself like that. The girl that is not full of tattoos. The girl that's not getting drunk on Casamigos every weekend and doing all kind of crap. You pass them up all day long and go. I don't get y'all. But at the same time, this society has a way of corrupting people if you're not strong. There's certain clothing that no woman should be wearing if you got a man. Listen, but they got some husbands out here. Some husbands out here that don't have no problem their wife showing all their breasts out, showing all their legs. Like, they got husbands out here. But see, my thing is, but don't be surprised when she cheat on you though, bruh. Don't be surprised, because you was a dummy encouraging that kind of behavior. You was a dummy. So I don't feel bad when you the type of dude that encourages your female to be dressing like that. And then some of these females sometimes even be whole mothers doing that. You got kids at home. Your time is done. Your time is done. Go be a freaking mother somewhere. To them kids. That mama got to have a life too. The devil's a lie. Your life is them kids. You had your time out there being single and doing all that. Go be a mother. That's the problem now. Too many of these so-called single. Well, now, listen, they got married folks do this too. But you got women out here trying to compete with their daughters. Their daughter get 15, 16, 17, 18, and now you trying to keep up with your daughter instead of being a mother. You out drinking with your daughter. You know, at one point in time, the old people were saying, yeah, I ain't drinking with you. What I'm drinking with you for? You my kid. I don't drink with no kid. But not today. Yeah, Omega Red. Yeah. Twerking at the dance team with them kids at. Go sit down somewhere. I can't listen, y'all. I can't stand that. I'm old school. I can't stand it. And like I said, I can't stand it. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on this live edition of Divestment Tales. Your first time coming, make sure you click the subscribe button. Check out all the videos that we got on this channel for your entertainment purposes. Definitely. The laugh, cry, and anything else that you want to do in between. Everybody that came through today, you didn't have to come through, but you did. And remember, we are even keel over here. So you find more videos like this where some of these brothers are ending up in the same situation, send them to me. I'll cover them. I ain't like those females that just act like, well, something happened to the brother and ooh, I didn't know about that. Act like nothing happened, right? No, this is when you got somebody equally over here doing the stories. But thank you for listening. See you on the next one.